Hi guys, we are back again. MVB Life Empowerment Session. We're gonna dive in straight to the introductions. You are,
I'm George.
and you are,
Of course, Andy.
Andy.
And I'm George.
Okay, so we got two Georges on the panel. George, my husband. George, my brother, minister, and Andy, our minister friend. Okay, so George is gonna give us the questions today. George, my husband.
Okay, like we do every day. Once in a while, I'll pop in and come up with some question. So today, I have this general question and I want to share with them. Get a view, get an understanding of it. And the question is, what can end a relationship quickly? Like, what can bring a relationship to an end so fast? And when I talk of relationship, it cut across everything. It can be friendship. It can be among a mother and then the children. It can be a father and the children. It can be among friendship. It can be among a husband and a wife. Okay. What are some of the things that we do that will end? Because we deal with people on a constant basis. Like every day, everything that we do, we interact with people. So for us to know what we have to do, what not to do, it will go in a long way. So I'm going to start with my name, George, on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, to you, what do you think are some of the things that will end relationship quick?
The number one thing that ends relationship, as far as I know, is disrespect.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be disrespected. And when people feel they are being disrespected at a certain place or by a certain individual, they tend to pull away. So I think disrespect is like the quickest way to end the relationship.
Okay. You have any take on this?
Yeah, I think he said he said it because for me, if you disrespect your mother, your parents, right away, if I'm in a relationship, right away, I'm gonna leave, because if you disrespect them, it means you also disrespect my parents, and you also disrespect me as well. Okay. So if as he said, you have to understand my opinion, and once you understand my opinion, the way you handle it, the way you say it, I may think that, hey, I can't be with you. That's the whole thing. I would just leave.
Okay. You know your take?
I have a Bible, at least, but I'll stick to a few. For me, I would say miscommunication, or a person that just does not communicate, because you cannot be in a relationship with a person who cannot talk. Because I won't know your mind. You won't know my mind.
Yeah.
Even like with how to treat your friends or how to treat your parents. If the person cannot communicate with you, you won't know what ticks them off and what doesn't, or how to meet and get things done. Because it's like you're, I don't know, momo stick. The person is a momo stick. Like you just talk all by yourself, you know. And I feel like with that, you can't move forward. You can't do anything. You're just stuck. So if you're not able to communicate with someone, to me, it's like a deal breaker. Like, it's
all right. So
yeah, goodbye.
So far, we have come to disrespect and then communication. They are really two strong points that I believe. My take, my personal, I always say relationship is like a bank.
True.
Right? It's like a bank. So you deposit into it, and then I deposit into it. Right? We are not going to be depositing the same amount of strength, the same amount of understanding, the same amount of knowledge.
Right.
But you pour into the bank, you pour into the friendship what you can do. Then I will pour into it. So if it's respect, you respect me, that is what you can pour into that friendship, that relationship, that marriage. Then I'm going to also pour friendship. I'm going to also pour love. I'm going to. So it's being able to add everything that you have within you. You bring it on board into that relationship. Like your whole mindset, your whole being is part of what you are doing. So if you are going to love me, you love me fully. If you are going to contribute, if you are going to respect, if you are going to contribute, you do it out of everything within you that you deposit into that friendship. then I put my share into it. And I think that way, since I'm not calculating how much you are bringing, but how much you within you can give, I think will let relationship last. So more about knowing what to put out, what to give to the next person. That will let the relationship last, not end. My question was what brings it out, and you brought about disrespect and miscommunication.
So I have a question.
Wait.
So many questions.
Okay, go ahead.
What about? We didn't talk about trust as well.
Yeah.
I think that we put only communication, and we also
Like I said,
respect.
anything. So
That's a lot,
I
yeah.
think that trust is also
Very
one
important.
key factor, because if I don't trust you, it kind of is shaking. We are not rooted, because what do I have to bring on the table? Like it's just like the bank. Like what I have to bring in, and you don't trust me. I'm not bringing anything to the. I'm the one only doing that. It means that the trust wouldn't be there. Trusting each other to put whatever we have and depositing over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's some kind of shaky. I don't trust amount that you are bringing. I don't think if you are supposed to bring 100% and you are bringing 50%, and it's like I know you can bring 100 and you are bringing 50. Hey, come on. I mean, it doesn't go well. So I think that we should push.
I think before Moline's question comes,
I think the 50 is all they can give at that
Yeah.
time.
that is why I don't
No,
put
what I'm
numbers
saying-
away.
what
But like sometimes, right, from your perspective, you may think the person can do more. But from that person's perspective, that's all that he has.
That is different.
Yeah, that's different.
That is
I get what
different
he's
when-
saying, though.
That is different. If I know that George, I know he can bring
His
50.
capacity, yeah.
That's his capacity.
Yeah.
But I don't really assume that he can bring 100. I know he can bring 50. I agreed. But a situation whereby I know that, hey, I know you can bring
You're capable.
100. You can do it, and you're bringing this. You know, that is where the trust issues come in.
Before you come in, right, I'm going to say something. You know, one thing that we are talking about just now is what kill relationship over expectation.
Oh yeah.
But you must have
Because
expectations.
you expecting your friend, your relationship, your husband, your wife, to give 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, that person, you are assuming, I know you to be able to do it,
Yeah.
but deep within that person, the person can only offer 20%.
Sure.
So over expecting from one person can crash
Great,
the
yeah.
relationship.
Right, but it has to be communicated. And that's the thing, because one thing, like what we were talking in the previous episode, you have to observe, you have to sit down, you have to communicate, lay the values, and speak. So the miscommunication comes when one individual does not show their true colors of where they stand. So this person who's coming into the relationship, they have an expectation based off of what you presented. So it's not fair for you to expect them to accept, you know, your I guess I'll say like where you fall short when what you sold was, you know, a high level. If you are purchasing an iPhone 15 Pro, you don't expect them to give you what was that? You know, the brick phone, the Nokia phone, the one you pop up.
The Nokia 3310 and those ones.
You know, it's unfortunate, but this is what's happening. So you're telling me, yo, I'm on Lamborghini level, and then like I come in, we are on, I don't know,
Metro card.
Metro card.
The bus.
Exactly.
The bus and the train.
You know, so like that person has to shift their complete mindset, and it's not just their mindset; it's their whole life.
Yeah.
So you have done that person a complete disservice.
Yeah.
But if I feel like relationships work when you know what you're getting into. Like if I know, okay, my God, you don't have it, we might suffer until God makes it through, but we agreed and we are entering into it and we are working it out. You know, when the tough times come, you can console yourself knowing that, you know what, I knew the truth. Lord Jesus, have mercy. Help my partner, have this and that. But if your partner yourself is deceiving you, on top of that,
So then,
And you expect-
then the whole point is deception is what will end the relationship.
yeah, deception.
Yeah.
So it's not about what the person is bringing into.
Dishonesty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dishonesty definitely, and deception.
Because
and
it comes
over
from somewhere, it starts from
expectation,
somewhere.
like expecting too much from your friend. And like
You
I always
definitely
say,
give up.
most friendship and most relationships, people expect so much from the other person.
Yeah.
Like we always have an expectation of what the person have to bring on board.
Right.
And because you are expecting something bigger and the other party is not able
Yeah.
to offer what you are expecting, then the relationship is likely to crash.
Yeah.
So I know we have talked about a few things like, you know, disrespect, dishonesty, trust,
Yeah,
lack of communication.
communication.
Like these are some of the things
Poverty.
that definitely these are some of the things that ends life, that ends relationship. We want to have a better life. We want to have things better. Like so it's always good to know what we are missing so that we can add to our everyday life. Before we end, I'm going to take like a last minute, like, you know, conclusion, like what you heard. I think George wanted to say something before.
No, go
I
on.
wanted to ask a question.
Okay, yes, you
before-
can ask the question before I
Because
answer.
I have 3 people, right?
You
Like,
can
and
ask
that
the
are all
question.
men, and you all mentioned respect,
Yes.
right? So if there's a young lady watching, or a child watching, or a person, it could be anything. But right now we're talking about relationships, right? As men, what are things that make you feel disrespected? Because you all mentioned the same exact thing. So, like, you guys probably understand it, but maybe we don't, you know? We don't understand what you mean. So we would like you to give examples, so that we
Of
can grab
things that
on.
makes men feel disrespected.
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot, like a plethora. Like
Please list. Just throw them out.
even the way a person talks can be disrespectful.
Demeaning. Yeah.
So basically, your, shall I say, attitude and demeanor towards an
The
individual.
individual, yeah.
I think it comes down to the whole big picture of disrespect. It's mostly about, like, you know,
Because,
attitude
like,
and the way you talk.
You can say the exact same thing in different ways.
different
one will
ways.
be respectful, other one will be disrespectful. So like basically, it's a more of an attitude thing.
Yeah.
So the way the person just addresses you, period.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, for me, I think that is the way you approach your stuff, what you want to, especially if you are doing something, and then I am telling you that, hey, this is not how it goes. This is not how we do it, you know. And then you still go ahead. You didn't listen to the advice.
That you
You know,
gave,
it could be that, okay, you have to wait. Don't do it now. Wait until this time.
Right.
Wait until I'm ready. Wait until this. And then all of a sudden, you didn't actually listen. And you go ahead and you did what you did. It means it shows disrespectfulness over there.
To the other
you know.
person.
Especially if it's going to be something that you're going to involve me. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be part of it. And you choose to do it on your own time and all that, and you still want to involve me into it. You know, it kind of bringing confusion, kind of disrespectful right there.
See, Mr.
You know.
Boateng is winking
He's
because
the- yeah.
he's accepting you.
No, it always goes like that. You
Yeah.
know. So anything if you are not going to involve me and you're going to do it yourself, or fine, I don't have any problem. It's going to affect you
Right,
yourself.
right,
I don't
right.
have any problem. But anything that you're going to do that is going to affect my family, is going to affect me,
My movement.
my movement and all that, going to, you know, that is where you went ahead and do it, and then it messes up everything. It shows disrespectfulness. And then
And
another
I
thing,
guess it should be on the same
Yes.
page, right? And try to
Yeah.
figure out. So how do you handle? Like, I know you're gonna say something,
Yeah.
but you mentioned something about when you are ready. So what happens if what you want done, it's very time sensitive? You cannot wait for the other person to feel they want to do it. There are some things that are principle wise, they just have to be done. Like, you know, there's a deadline. You know, so in that capacity, when one person goes ahead and does it, it's not that they're disrespecting their spouse or their friend or whoever is in that relationship. It just means there's a deadline that has, you know, that is very time sensitive. So in that case, when you say the person has to wait for you, how long are you talking?
okay, go ahead.
It's okay. So I know you brought in the deadline just to change the conversation a bit, but it doesn't really change anything.
Okay.
The whole point is, even if there is a deadline, because the whole thing is like, no, respect and disrespect is
Yeah.
like one key thing for a man.
Right.
So for the man to tell you, hold on a bit, right, and you go ahead and do it, even if it was time conscious and it was close to time, before you do it, you have to still go
Still
back
go
to him
back
and
and
tell
tell
him
the person.
This and this is what we are
What
at
we are
hand.
agreeing on,
So can we move ahead? And I'm sure he's not going to say, I said stop, so stop.
If he has no
would,
coconut head.
he would definitely think through and give you a better, like, you know, come up with a better solution. So even if it's time conscious and you
Yeah.
think you are getting close to time, letting him be involved, letting him have a say in what is going on in that relationship, in that moment, it gives him
Emotional security.
thank you. And then it makes him feel like, yes, we can continue that friendship, that marriage, whatever relationship that we have. So always just listen, just like
Involve the other
it
person.
seems so complicated, but I don't think it's like that.
Yeah.
Only if you understand, like, just like you want to be heard, just like
Yeah.
you want to be seen, that is the same thing. Let the other,
other
person,
person be heard also.
have that same
Yeah.
thing that you want for
Right.
yourself, and then the rest will be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, I think Brother George, you were going to say something. right?
No, I was just gonna talk about that, like talking about the time sensitive thing. That
Yeah.
will come back to communication.
Yeah.
Explain to the person why it should be done and why it should not be delayed. And on the other
Right.
side, to explain to the person why we should be taking your time. Then between the two of you can come to an understanding
agreement,
as to how
yeah.
to go about it.
Yeah, and that brings about involvement. You know,
Yes.
is my dad always tell me that, hey, don't involve me when you make your decision.
When you already
You already
decided.
decided that it's time sensitive. You've sat down,
Yeah.
wasted time all the time. Now that it's time
Now
sensitive,
it's
you're not
time.
bringing me in.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
from the involving from the beginning,
beginning,
so
the
that we
God
can
thing,
plan
onset,
it.
yeah.
So as we plan it, okay, let's do this. Okay, you move this. I'm going to call out from work. I'm going to
You take
call
care
out
of
and then
this, yeah.
I'll take care of that. And
Yeah.
then, you know, it makes us all move forward.
Smoothly.
Yeah, but when it happens, you wait and it go out, oh, it's time sensitive, we got to get it done. Meanwhile, you don't know my plans. You don't know
Like
what
a bicycle without
I'm
oil.
planning and all that, and then you come and tell me it's time. So just as you said, communication. Communicate from the beginning. This is what we have to do. It's like, okay, I have my kids, and then maybe it's one of them supposed to go and see a doctor.
Right.
And you waited till the next day. Meanwhile, you know
The day before.
that they told you.
Yeah.
So you never communicated with me, and then you tell me, oh, once I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about tomorrow. I have some stuff to do, and you come and tell me, oh, the next day you have to take our son to the hospital. What do you expect me to do? Forget
affects
about
the other
you know,
person.
it affects
Yeah.
us a lot.
The
So,
momentum, yeah.
Yeah. So you went ahead and you did it, and disrespectively, you didn't listen to what I said.
Right.
You know. So why then do you want to involve me in here?
Order.
Yeah.
Do it order.
Yeah, I mean, we also listen to women as well. We also listen to you, you know. So
Please,
as you said,
listen very well.
yeah, since there's
Madam.
an order, you know, God, He's a God of order.
definitely, yeah.
He's a God of order,
That's
because
true.
if He's not, then I don't know how He created the earth or the world.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time. First day He did this, second day He did that. So He's a God of
Right.
order. So why can't we also order our steps?
Amen.
You know, to let us know what to do. So
Yeah.
don't be disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful to your
Okay.
people.
I think we are coming to a close. Thank you,
Yes, thank you guys.
each and
for making
everyone,
time.
for coming in, and we will meet on our next episode. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.